Alright, the van starts to be as ready as it can be for the car inspection, or what is it called in England and other places? I just had a small incident. A little bit nervous, but it should be all fine, even though I haven't had much time to test it on the road or even get the brakes in. So let's take it there and see what happens. One thing that I notice is the steering rack has lots of play in it. I remember that the previous owners didn't change the inner tie rod steering rack boots, so they had been leaking and all the water and sand got inside it. I think it just wore it out, so I need to replace it. And finally we start to be here. So next it's going to go on the brake dyno. When do I haven't tested get it in on the street, it seems to be good. And also, of course, all the lights will be tested. Reverse, fog lights and stuff like that. So now it goes on the rear brakes, where they test the brakes and the handbrake. They also block up and seems to be in balance. And next is the handbrake. It seems like it passed and was in quite balance. There can be like 30% difference in them, I guess. And next it's going on the ramp where they will inspect it under the van. So what's going on there? Next they will shake it through and see if there's anything loose. So I got the papers now and it did not pass. Well, I was expecting a little bit while I was driving here. I noticed that playing is steering, so I guess the steering rack is bad. And also noticed that the left wheel bearing was loose, but I think the problem is that the drive shaft, I need to tighten that nut there, so this will be sorted out this way. And it had a little bit air in the brakes, even though it was really good on the dyno, but the brake pedal cannot sink that much. It was actually, these are the data from the brakes, so they are really even on the front and on the rear. And handbrake was that much. I can little bit adjust, but it can be 70% difference in the handbrake, so it doesn't matter that much. And here is the what was it called? Emissions, yeah, and it passed it also there. So now I have to order a new steering rack and replace it. and bleed the brakes. And after that, it should be fine. Alright, let's go start ordering stuff. Let's see if I can... Yeah, I also noticed from here. Oh, actually that's a lot. Okay. Oh, it's not loose at least. I was already worried that there's this kind of spring locking washer or whatever. Was thinking maybe those nuts are loose. But luckily not. Oh my god. Okay. That's loose. Right. How much does it go? Oh, it was so loose. Usually, to tighten that nut, you need to tighten this nut to 200 Newton meters and then loosen it up 160 degrees. It seems like it wasn't still in place when I did this. So this time I will just finger tight it there and put this locker ring, and I hope it will be okay. But yeah, this nut I will tighten to 200 Newton meters. That's set now to 200 Newton meters. So. Oh, come on, yes. Now to my second problem. Need to find, or I want to check what's the part number on the steering rack. And it seems to be here. Here seems to be the part number for it. And I will check how much it costs. The cheapest was 303 euros. But I think I'm going with the 351 because it's a better company, and it also has the outer die rod ends, so I get those also replaced, even though they are in good shape. There was nothing wrong in the inspection with them, but anyways, I can be sure then everything is new on it. So I will order it. Okay. I tried to bleed the brakes, but it didn't help because the pedal was still sinking. I was thinking that maybe some air get trapped in the rear brake over adjuster. Same as the handbrake cables. I got them from the same company. It seems to be same part. But yeah, this is really rusty and it feels kinda seized. And here is the old one. As you can see, it's totally seized. But I hope this fixes the issue. Yeah, it's moving nowhere. Still sinks. Okay. And when I came to inspect the hoses, I found this place. That's like a little. I think there's brake fluid under there. But yeah, that's not that bad. Check out this one. That starts to be really bad, and it seems to also leak. I hope it doesn't have any damage. I see. Seems to be has hit. Next, I should remove the hydraulic lines. And well, the good thing is I get also the steering fluid changed now. It's a 22 mil. The other one is 90 mil. Good thing that I changed it, because it's really dirty and smells bad. That's it. Alright, now it's time to make sure that the steering wheel is in the center. Let's see, maybe I can use the seat belt. Not sure if it's long enough. Yeah. Makes it sure. Oh, I got it off. Okay, let's try with those. The rear is 17 and the front is 16. A small problem. I got this one out from the other side. I had to use this head, but this side doesn't have much space. So I guess I have to sacrifice one key and grind a little bit off from the sides, because I don't want to remove the front axle because of that. Yeah, let's do this. So I made this 70 mil this way, had to grind it out, grind it off quite a bit. So let's see if it fits now. It feels like. Come on. Oh, I guess it's, yeah, it's coming off now. Now it's off, and yeah, it does look really dirty inside. As I said before, when I got the van, I don't know what episode it is, but those boots were broken, so water and sand and everything else got inside. I also need to take those hydraulic line connectors from the old one and put them on the new one. Well, Now I have them side by side, so I can put the tie rod ends on and roughly get it to the same length. Anyways, of course, after that I will need to take the one on wheel alignment, because otherwise I don't know is it going to be straight or not, so the tires will not wear unevenly. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do next. I have been comparing them for a little while now, and I found out here you have this arrow and another arrow under it. When you align them, then the steering rack is in the middle position, at least on the original one. The one that I bought, it's not OEM original, but it has this kind of vane that you align up on the other side. I also made another mark on this side, and I was wondering where's the center of the steering rack. On the original one I measured that these dots are in the center of the steering rack, so you can compare from one tie rod end to this center and to another one. So if you want to get the how do I say, in the middle position, I think on this one it was from the tie rod end to the center of the steering rack 78. Yeah, it's 78 centimeters. Then you have them in same length. I was trying to find a way to reinstall the steering rack in one piece, so I removed some parts that were on the way. It would make much easier to reinstall it when you have the inner tie rod end removed of it, but at that moment I just didn't have the right wrench for that. Oh my god, that's tight. I just had a small incident. One of the jacks slipped off. I tried to put it in a different place, so shit. Figure out something to get it back straight. So what happened is I took the lower bracing off and I was thinking about putting the jack stand or whatever it's called under the leaf spring, but because the leaf spring is a bit it's not flat, so I think it just push it and throw it away to the inside, so this side wasn't covered, and then it tilted and hit the door. I already hammered it a little bit back, and the upper side touched the boat, so I have a dent now. That's nice. It's not even finished, it's already breaking down. God damn it. Wow. Oh well, I have to fix it then. Let's take this inner tie rod now off. I think the size is 41 or something, I can't remember, but luckily I had those huge pipe pliers, so it had enough leverage that I could free it up. But yeah, it's kind of stiff, so let's reinstall it this way as I took it off. These bolts go 130 Newton meters. Okay. And now I can fill up the power steering pump. Bleeding process you do, you turn on the engine and turn the steering wheel from one end to another, front and back, just slowly. Of course it will build up some bubbles, but it's because the air is getting out from the steering rack. Very often the brake line connectors are seized on a 20-year-old car, so I had to make a new brake line because the nut broke. I bled the brakes, but the pedal was still sinking. I was thinking maybe the master cylinder's seals are worn out. But luckily I had some spare parts and the seal kit for the master cylinder. Yeah, there it was. The master cylinder on the right was from a dual-wheel Sprinter. And because it's a bigger van, it has a much bigger piston in it. I bent this edge up, so that's the only way you can get it off, because I'm going to use a new lock ring anyways. It does have two notches from where you can lever it up. Then you have this pin at the bottom there that you have to pull up, then the internals come out. Yeah, keep a finger there because it's spring loaded, so it will shoot it out. So here are the seals. 2-chamber seals, and the pin is going to stay in between those, so it moves front and back. And it looks like this. Unfortunately, the seal kit had 2 seals missing, so I could not change all of them. To save some time and be sure that it works, I just ordered a new master cylinder. After that I played the brakes and they finally started to feel firm, but still not perfect, so time will show if they get even better or not. I have been building that Sprinter for a year now. It had lots of issues, like rust almost everywhere. Every door has been repaired. Holes that I found under the van, leaking seals have been replaced, just so much work. And I waited for a long time to get it finally done, so I can enjoy it. And finally it passed the inspection and I can use it on the road again. Even though it's still not finished, so I still have lots of upgrades what I want to do. So if you haven't already, why not subscribe and follow that project? I also have some other projects that are coming. But yeah, thanks for watching and I hope to see you in the next time. Bye.